What's up? What's up? What's up? You already know what it is. Welcome to my Sunday Talk Your Barber Shit. Got a special guest coming out of Atlanta, Georgia, coming up here to share her journey, her wisdom, speak the truth about the industry, share some knowledge, uplift the industry, show you how to capitulate and make some growth in here and this channel your inner spirit of the industry of beauty and take it to the next level. That's what Talk Your Barber Shit is all about. So give me a second. Let Instagram do what it got to do. But we will be jumping on and getting this started. So I see people jumping in now. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. This platform is also for you too. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Send it in the comment link. I will make sure that I answer, or my special guest will share her thoughts on it. But this is what it's about. All of us connecting and building and doing what we do at best. Talk that barber shit. Talked about the hair industry, the beauty industry, everything about this industry. That's what my channel is about. To help grow, elevate, and take it to the next level. So let's talk about it. All right, so let me send my link so Cherie can jump on and do what she do. Hopefully you receive it, and whenever you're ready, tune in. All right, all right. I see you. I see you. All right. I'm gonna let you do your thing, get adjusted, get comfortable before we jump into it. So take your time, no rush.
I'm good.
All right. All right, just bring it down just a little bit for me. I can see the
Just
top.
a little.
I just see the beautiful glasses at the top of that hair. There you
Okay.
go.
Is that better?
That's way better.
Okay. I think it's moving
Yeah,
again.
keep moving.
Let me just adjust it just a little bit more. I think I need to move it up and then out.
All
I'm
right.
actually in front of the salon.
Oh,
Um, how's
yeah.
that? Is that better?
Yeah, some clients today.
Yeah, I work on Sundays. One of the best days for me.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
I hear you. Go get it in.
absolutely.
All right, Sheree, I just want to say thank you foremost for joining my channel. I've been doing this for a while, but every time I have someone new, they're sharing something that I didn't know before. So I love to have my guests come on and talk about their journey, talk about their growth, talk about what they're doing now. Also, share the thoughts of the what if, or if I had a chance to talk to myself back then, what would I tell myself back then to I don't know, maybe speed up or maybe not speed up anything that you're doing now. But these information, these talks, the way I've created my platform is definitely helping a lot of people that I've seen, that have been watching, that have been tuning in, and also sending me DMs and saying that they appreciate this platform, and it also gives them another insight of like what they need to do and how they can keep evaluating themselves and keep growing themselves in this industry, and not being placed. So
Right.
I just want to say thank you. I know you could be anywhere in the world. I mean, like you are, you're at the shop, but you took time out to
Yeah.
jump on my channel and speak your truth. So I just want to say, let's get to it. I want to know about you. I want to know how long you've been in the industry. Both sides. I know you do Cosmo, you do beauty, you do everything, you do facials, you do barbering. So what got you to this point to say, once I get in this industry, I want to tackle every layer of this industry and make sure that, I'm up to par and killing it the best way I can. Like when did all this started, and how did it start, and what keeps you motivated and keep moving forward?
Well, it all started when I was around 12 years old.
Okay.
I did hair in my mother's kitchen. And doing that, at the time, I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was my own walking model,
Yeah.
even at age 12. And I started picking up people in my community, and it went from there. Well, I laid it down. I laid it down for a long time afterwards. I started having children.
Okay.
And one of the biggest things that really got me into knowing that that was my route to take was I started having dreams about all things beauty. And I'm like, why am I having these
Yeah.
dreams? At the time, I was actually a college student working on a criminal justice degree.
Oh wow.
And so I had to just kind of get in tune with what was going on, what those dreams was about. And one Sunday, I was in church, and the pastor said, he said, some of you guys are in an area in life that you're not supposed to be. He said, you need to find your purpose. You need to seek God and find that purpose in that place where you need to be.
Mhm.
That was confirmation for me. So I did the research and I moved forward into actually going to school.
Mhm.
And when I got into hair school, I actually had another awakening when I got there. And the first roller that I put in someone's hair, I yelled. And the whole school heard me. I was like, oh, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. So I went on and went on and went on. And while I was in beauty school, things just kept getting more interested. Each level of beauty school was interest me. Where hair, the nails, the barbering, I mastered every single area because I wanted to have a full service salon.
Yeah.
And that's how I came in, which is a short story. That's how I came into the
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. I always love to hear the backstory of what sparked or what created this journey. I know, and it's funny to hear when people say, "Hey, my passion was over here," and all of a sudden, some just sparked or changed that thought and brought me over here. Like I did fashion. I worked in the industry, the corporate industry, for 12 years. Tried to build my industry in fashion, and then like you said, you hear someone say, "Hey, you ever thought about this?" Or somebody maybe put something in your thinking or hand it into you and be like, hey, I see you do this. And
Hmm.
then going down that road and seeing where it will take you, and then you don't hear it the first time. You're like,
Right,
yeah,
right.
maybe. And then you hear it again, like, okay, somebody's talking to me. Somebody from upstairs is delivering me a message. So I love that journey for you. Um, Dang, so I think you might have said it, and I'm sorry if I missed it. So how long have you been doing hair?
I always tell people whenever I'm asked that question, I say legally.
Yeah.
Legally since 2012.
Okay, okay.
But before, like I said, I started at age 12 in my mom's kitchen, but 2012 is when I actually graduated from Cosmo School and got my license.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, I know it's way different from, where it was then to where it is now, but for your shop and you doing the handle of like bringing people in and making sure that they're up to par with their education and their learning experience and who you bring into your comfort zone and your establishment. What is it that you're seeing and on the better side and maybe on the not so good side of people that's coming out of school and feeling like they're not receiving a lot more education to really prepare them for the real world once they get out there. Are you seeing that, or are you feeling in
Well,
certain?
actually, at the time, right now, I don't own a actual storefront.
Okay,
Right now, my business is in a temporary location.
okay,
However, I've had several storefronts. I've always been a salon owner. But I kind of took a back seat from that on last year. Um, However, I've seen that from all spectrums. I've actually been a manager for the franchise of Sport Clips. I've worked at Great Clips. I've owned my own, but right now I am just traveling, and I'm doing, kind of booth renting, as
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know we say. But I've seen that with bringing people in to work alongside of you. One of the big things that I always like to tell individuals is that you have to keep that education going. You have to stay relevant by attending classes, attending workshops, attending seminars, following people that have made it to different levels or to those levels that you desire to go, and that will help you stay abreast upon things that come out, because I mean, we have new things that come out all the time.
Right.
you know but if you can just kind of get people to understand the value in education, continuing education, the value in reading books, that will just really help take their businesses to the next level. So that's one of the things that I'm very big on.
I got a chance to, I always do my research and went down the history of your journey and stuff on Instagram. You know, everything that you're sharing over time of being in this industry. And I saw one of our guys on there, Hawk, and you had him. So was that one of your locations at the school that you was at, or your job, or?
Oh no, he was actually doing a seminar at the Barber and Beauty Supply
Okay,
store here
okay,
in Atlanta. And like I said, I do a lot of networking, and especially I get up on Mondays looking for things to
yeah.
do so that I can continue to build my business. And I went in, and I mean, I learned a lot. I met a lot of great people. I had never met him
Okay.
before. Actually, I had never heard of him until that
Oh,
day.
okay.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
what sparks you to like say like now like going to these seminars and going to these educational branches of like these different um, outlets of like barbers or hairstylists or where they have like these conference and these gatherings for us. What do you take from that? I don't know if that was just your first time attending that or you have attended multiple of them, but what is it that you take from it, and what is it that you look forward to when you walk in there to say, okay, this is what I'm coming for, and I hope once I walk into these seminars and these educational platforms that they give me something to spark my journey into the next shift of what I want to do within this industry.
Well, I'm always
Yeah.
hungry. Even as long as I've been in the industry, I'm still hungry, like the first day. So I know that I'm looking for knowledge. I'm looking for more value to add to what I already have. You know what I mean? Like my vision is so big. I feel like every little thing that I can pick up is going to add more value to what I already have. And then me being so passionate about the industry and the things that I do, it helps me to be able to add value to my clients as well.
I love that. Um, Knowing that we're using social media now to and like in certain ways it help us like for me to connect with you and have this platform for us to have these discussions and share your thoughts and my thoughts within this area that we both love. And you speak on passion, knowing that everything that you're seeing now and how it's so fast paced now with social media and everybody's doing this and it's talking about this and how much you can grow and how much you can make money and all this other stuff like that. Do you feel like what you're seeing is the passion still there because of what they're saying and what they're showing, or is it eliminating the passion because everybody's on the fast paced road of like, I don't need to have someone sitting in my chair for 30 minutes when I can knock them out every 10 to 15 minutes now. These type of conversations now, like we not building relationships anymore. I'm building um, my growth of income and how I can manufacture more money and this and that. Do you feel like you're seeing more of that, or you feel like it's still a flat layer where it's a little bit of both on each side?
Um, it's a little bit of both, but more so like it's almost like it's just vanishing. Because I can tell from when I first got into the industry, people were more passionate. I guess it's just I feel like it's more so social media has kind of taken it away from some people. But you have to understand that passion is not something that we literally sees with our natural eye. That thing have to be pierced in our heart. And that's where I draw the line, because I know, listen, I would do this if nobody paid me for it. That lets me know that that is my passion. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people now are just after the check. And I'll say this, if I did not have passion for this industry, I would not be doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like for real, I would have been given up a long time ago. But because I have a passion and I want to help people solve their problems, I want to be able to add value to their life, you know, and that's what it's all about for me. Now I can get paid, but however, you know, talking to different people and networking and doing these seminars and events, it just helps the fuel the fire.
100%.
Yeah.
Uh, I got to see a small snippet of a conversation between 360 GZ, the guy that goes barber, and they was talking about passion as well. And 360 spoke about how a lot of people now in this industry are speaking about how they can move away from the chair faster. And he spoke about, like, I don't see myself moving away from the chair. Like, I love going to work. I love working behind a chair. I love connecting with these customers. Like, my next passion wasn't to get into this industry and say, okay, within 2 to 3 years, I'm gonna walk away from the barber chair because my next journey is this right here. Like, it just was just a small staple to get me where I wanted to go to next. What is your thoughts on that? Like, when you hear conversations with people like, yeah, I'm a barber, but my next journey is to do this. I don't want to be behind the chair.
I'm looking at them like, what? Like, like that's my thing, that's my time. And I get it from each person, but I be looking at them like, man, you really don't have a love for
Yeah,
this. Because I can't see myself just stepping away. I don't even see that.
yeah,
Like for real. I've learned how to work smarter instead of working harder now. But hey, if I'm not behind the chair, then I feel like I'm not really doing anything, because that's where I build my relationships. I love the one-on-one with my clients. Like, I'm not the girl that you come into the shop and you got 20 people around the wall waiting. No, we're going to do this thing one-on-one so that I can build that relationship, so that I can empower, inspire, and impact my people
yeah,
for real. Like that's it's deeper to me than just getting curling and cutting. It's
yeah.
deeper. Like, God did something different when he gave me the gifts and the talents. I'm for real.
I, um, what what is it at this point that you realized a lot more with you and your connection with your customers that was not there in the beginning when you first started behind the chair? What is it that you feel like you focus a lot more for yourself and to give to your clientele that makes them feel like, man, I never want to leave Cherie. Like, besides her doing my hair, like, I love what she offers my life. What is it that you feel like you deliver with it?
Authentic. Being authentic. With my clients, I educate my clients literally. I'm even if they decide that afterwards, I always tell them, listen, even if you don't come back to me, this is what you can take with you on to the next person. I don't know anything else other than to empower, inspire, and impact people's life. So when they sit down, that's what they're going to get. Now, if they don't like that, then they don't have to come back, but that's who I am, you know, like seriously. But, and that just sets me apart, I try my best to make sure that I can take care of those issues, those problems that they have when they come in. Um, I know sometimes people say, "Oh, you're gonna burn yourself out," but I be like, "Listen, this is my passion. You can't burn passion out. I don't care what people say. When you got a love for something, you're gonna continue to go. You're gonna continue to fight. You're gonna always be hungry. You're gonna always be searching for knowledge and wisdom of understanding, and wanting to grow and wanting to go higher and higher in this industry."
I love it. Did you ever have to deal with naysayers, like people saying, "Sheree, I don't know." Like it can come from family, it can come from friends. It always comes from someone that feel like they're really near and dear to you, and they always try to protect you from growth when they feel it might stop you or stamp you in a certain way when they feel like it might be something a lot more better for you. But when you feel it and you see it, you already know that this is. Have you ever had to, you know, come to that moment to say, hey, I understand that you being protective. I understand the love that you're trying to give right now, but I got this. What was those moments for you?
Those are almost like fighting moments, okay? Those are almost like fighting moments because I always have to tell people, listen, one thing that I know is I am in my rightful place. And when you know something without a shadow of a doubt, it's nothing that no one can say to deter you. You know, I've had people come to me and say, and a lot of times it is family because they really don't understand the aspects of business. They really don't understand that some days it's gonna be good, some days it's not. One day I might have 5 clients, one day I may not have but two. But because that passion is there, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that this is what I'm supposed to do, I have to keep fighting. I have to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? To get to that level. And one of the biggest things is that I have a vision. And I know God gave me that vision. And I tell people all the time, I know it's nothing you can say or do that's gonna make me turn my back on the vision God showed me. Until I get to that place, I'm not gonna stop.
I love it. Um, we tend to always, especially like, in our industry, we're caretakers. We have to be there to make sure that whoever we're servants, that we're servicing them to our best ability to make sure that nothing happens to them, that whatever we're delivering as far as the style, the cut, the chemicals and everything like that, that when they walk out our shop, they don't feel like that whatever that they receive is going to make them go through something that's turmoil, and they gonna feel depressed. But as far as our industry, how do we tend to depress or relieve the things that we're going through every day because we're always taking care of everybody else? How do you find your moments of relaxation, calmness, and trying to push everything that's coming your way that's negative or distracting you from your best potential, to who you can be, dealing with, I know you say you're a mom. How do you find your moments to be there for your kids? How do you find moments to be there for yourself? How do you find moments to be level within your business? How do you find your common ground when everything is coming at you?
I think that from my exercising, I do not watch TV. I'm very careful about the things that I take in. Whether that's, on social media or listening to other people. Like, I listen to people, I listen to my clients, but at the end of the day, I do a dump. Okay, so meaning I don't take it home with me.
Yeah.
Seriously, all hell can be breaking loose in my life, but I've conditioned myself through getting away and just blotting things out and staying focused on the task at hand. And that's what helps me push through, because I've gone through a lot in this industry. I've gone through a lot in life, but I've overcame as well. I've healed. So certain things doesn't bother me, so to speak. Or if I do get weary, I just do my own little things. I try to keep it to myself and just handle things accordingly. And that's it helps me get through. Mindset. I had to go through a time period in my life where my only focus was my children and my business. For 8 years, I did no socializing, partying, none of that. You know what I mean? Because I meant business, and that's what helped
Yeah.
me to get thus far
I,
mentally.
I like it a lot. Um, from you, like you spoke on before, you worked in at salons. You constantly building your education. Um, what was it about the salon life that maybe a lot of people are dealing with? Because I feel like nowadays we have the bat. You say you have your own private suite now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have my own per se, but I work alongside of someone else inside of
So
a suite.
okay.
Yeah.
So from all those adjustments, working at a salon, working for you said Supercuts, or what was the salons you worked at?
Sport clips and gray clips.
Okay, great tips. What was it that you learned from those establishments that you took? Not saying that it made a big shift into what you're delivering now, but what kind of information or extra utensils that helped you develop your growth? And like, do you feel like is that should be a good stepping stone for someone that's coming out of school to go to those type of those establishments to learn and grow before they just jump into a regular salon, a regular barber shop, or just go straight into a private setting? What from your angles from being having all those layers, what was the experience that you gathered that said, hey, I'm glad I took that chance at that. I'm glad I took my chance at that. Now look where I'm doing and look where I'm able to grow and develop.
I would say if you have developed your own identity,
Mhm.
that's not the place for you.
Okay.
Meaning, literally, if you know what you are wanting to do, if you've written down your dreams, your goals, and your plans, and you know that you want to do that, I don't think that would be a good setting for you. That's a setting for someone who hasn't found themselves in their identity in the
Okay.
industry. Although they're big companies and they make lots of money, however, they really don't value the craft of the people. Like it's all system. You know what I mean? And that's where I found that wasn't the place for me,
Okay.
because my I'm just out. I'm too much. I was too much for them. Okay, I was too much because I felt like I was in a box. Right now, I did learn. I learned a lot. I was able to sharpen my skills. I was able to take things from there that I learned and implement them in my own business and wait and make more money.
Mhm.
But it was not the place for me because I'm not a in the box individual.
Correct.
It makes sense. Yeah, but I wouldn't if I wouldn't recommend. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend.
And then for the lifestyle of a salon or barbershop, what was the positive and what was the negative, the experience that you had to endure until you finally said, okay, I want to shift and do this private suite life?
Well, um, the last barbershop that I worked in, I'm not competitive. Let me make that clear. I've never been competitive. I always just been that person that I know what I know. I'm not looking to the left. I'm not looking to the right, trying to see what everybody else is doing. The last barbershop that I worked in, I worked around people that hadn't had that mindset shift of wanting to advance. They were comfortable, they were complacent,
Mhm.
and I felt like being in that environment would bring the value down on my brand.
I
So
hear you.
to rem- I had to remove myself because I thrive off of high energy. I thrive from people that's moving and shaking and doing things that can help me grow. I like to hang out and be around people that see their future, you know, in a higher height. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to remove myself from that place.
I got you. I see a lot of people writing and tuning in. You are very welcome to ask a question. That's what this platform is about. You know, I love that you guys are tuning in and watching, but you always can feel welcome to leave a comment, and Cherie will answer it, or I'll try to answer it. So you know, whoever's tuning in and watching this, you know, feel welcome to leave a comment.
Please.
um, as far as uh, you know, I saw something that you had in one of the guys that I had on my channel as well, Cole, and I love his personality and his overview of our industry and how he tackles it and how he expresses himself. And either you can have a, a low self esteem or you can have high self esteem, but he's not gonna play that middle with you.
Exactly. That's one reason why I like him. We connect and he don't even know me. I've never met him, but he talks my language. I'm serious. Like, I mean, the guy is awesome. Okay.
And I know I saw one you had on your page when he was talking about understanding your personality and understanding like oh, I don't want to say it wrong, but um, I guess he was saying like to understand your form of like I guess being cocky and can it be a good thing or a bad thing when you're in this industry, um, and I feel like it's two forms of cockiness. It's like your cockiness is like being passionate and understanding who you are. You're not trying to overshadow anybody else and make and belittle them, but you stand out because you know who you develop, you know who you are, and it might come off a little strong to other people because you just very sure about who you are. Did you ever have to deal with that where people came to you and like, oh, Cherie, this thing she's, you know, all that when you wasn't trying to be all that, you were just trying to be someone that's like, hey, I know what I want. I know who I want to be. I know I'm gonna take out of this industry that I am, and either you stand by me or you get left behind. How how share your point of view on that? If I'm saying that statement correctly, that you had post.
You are absolutely right. That has been my take. That has been my take. I've been in Georgia 7 years. I'm originally from Mississippi.
Okay, okay,
I've worked in probably 7 or 8 locations, And I hate to say that on live, but hey, it is the truth. And every single time that I work with someone, I always let them know that I'm an asset to their business. That's the first thing, right? And I always let them know that I'm very secure in who I am as a person and with my gifts. So I let them know up front. So if you have a problem with someone, because I'm extra, I'm not coming. You know what I mean? So when I get in my mode, and it's not to offend anyone, but I put in the work. Okay? I put in work to get to where I am in this industry. And I'ma shine. You know, my light's gonna shine, and if you want some light, you're welcome to it. But if you don't, just stand over there and look back, look over here. You know what I'm saying? Back up. It doesn't matter. But that's been my problem. I can't stand to work around people who are insecure. It's not, I mean, I was once there. However, I'm not there anymore. And I had to build myself up. I had to heal, because most people who not really secure in their talents and their gifts, I feel like they haven't healed. They have some past trauma, some things that they need to work on. So when I learned who I am and my value, I can't be stopped. I'm not gonna dummy down to make you feel good. You can come up. If you have access to me, you need to thank God, because that's a blessing in disguise, because I'm not putting on no show. Everything is real. And a lot of times people are not used to people being real with them. They will like you more so if you come in sugarcoating shit. I don't do that. I'm real, and sometimes I know that it makes people feel uncomfortable, and I laugh a lot, because when it starts to happen, they start treating me a certain way. And I wrote this book called Rejected to Be Released.
Okay.
From Fear to Freedom.
Yeah.
Right? So when those things start happening and people start to sabotage and manipulate and trying to take clients and doing all those things that they do, because I always say, if I don't want nobody's clients, don't even send me nobody. If they coming back to you, I can get my own. But when those things start to happen, my mind always go back to my book, because my book is like a prophecy. And I know when those things start to happen, it's time. I'm going to be soon moving, release,
Yeah.
rejected
I love that.
to be released.
I didn't do my homework too. I didn't do my homework too well. I didn't know you had a book out.
Yeah.
You should put it, write it in the link. Let people, if anybody wants to order, because if I see more people tuning in, I'm gonna tell them that Cherie got a book out here. I think you guys need to click that link in there. So if you got a link to it, write it in there.
Yeah. I got a link. It's not at my disposal right now. I have to pull it,
So,
but
but what,
it's on Amazon though. I'll put it in here.
send it in my y'all send it in my DM, and then when I repost this video, I'm gonna put that link in there.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do that. I'll wait. Yeah.
So, man, so we at a point now where we're seeing a lot of adjustments in our industry, um, when it comes to the the schooling, when it comes to the hours, when it comes to the learnage. Um, it's a lot of things that's being shifted. I don't know how much in Atlanta, as far as the hours and things that's being adjusted. But I know at LA, it was 1,800 hours before. I think it's 1,000 hours now. If you do crossover, you only have to do, I think, between 200 300 hours. I know I seen somebody that posts, I think it was Barber Society, and they post about certain areas where they are trying to take away the whole license period. Like if you just work, like you said, at one of these salon shops, these food chain, that's where I kind of look at it.
Mm-hmm.
That you can just go in there and work without a license, and however they're teaching you or whatever information that they're sharing is, maybe mediocre, maybe highly. I don't know. I never worked in one of those locations before, so I don't know how much they offer you as far as the education part. But I just know as far as like what we had to go through as far as the practical and the reading and all these long hours of studying and making sure that we understood um, every language of disinfecting, and making sure that we're taking care of ourselves and our customers, and then the chemicals that we put in someone's hair. How do you feel about all this stuff that I'm not too sure how much you're hearing on your side of what's going on, but if you have been hearing it, how do you feel about that, knowing that you had to go through these trenches to be who you are and where you at now, and they're trying to make media, I mean, mockery of it. It seemed like right now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard a little bit about it. I feel like that it's not going to happen. It could, but I don't feel like it will. Um, and to think of it is like, yeah, man, I put in work to get these licenses. I paid 16,000 to go to school to get my license, and you mean to tell me you're gonna say that I'm equal to somebody who don't have license? No, that's BS. You know what I'm saying? But I just really feel in my heart that it's not going to happen. I just feel it. I mean, it could, but I haven't really just been thinking about, man, they're going to take the license. They're going to take it away. So I really hadn't just focused in
Okay.
on it.
And then I always look at it like this, and I have had a lot of wonderful women that been sharing their experience, their journey on my platform, from just regular hair styling to beautified makeup, some professional barbers as well. Um, how has been your journey stepping into this industry and also being a barber yourself? And they always want to classify the difference between male barbers and women barbers. But I feel like we all are unified and we all barbers. Have you had to deal with, where when you started cutting male's hair and then they was coming in the shop and going, "Oh, Cherie's available. You should go to her." And then they'd be like, I'll wait on John, or I'll wait on Chris." Like, how was that journey for you to be where you at now? For like, upcoming women that are now saying like, I'm a barber. I don't care if I'm a female barber. I'm a barber. I'm a hairstylist. I beautify. I can do everything that he can do, but I could probably do it 20 times better. What would you share to the women that are coming up and saying that I want to jump in this industry and I want to kill it as well as whoever you think is doing it better than me because I'm a female?
I've had some issues before where I'll share this. There was one time I was working in a barber shop, and I was the only female in the barber shop. And I'm not one of those that like to do a lot of talking. Like, you're not gonna really know a lot about my personal life inside the barbershop, because I feel like we supposed to keep that separate, right? But anyway, I had a gentleman came in that I had cut him before, and I'm thinking, I didn't have anybody in my chair. I'm thinking, okay, I'm walking to the front to get the gentleman to bring him back. And as I was walking, I could hear whispering, because I'm already knowing by that time, I'm the talk of the barbershop. They talking shit about me. I'm hearing, but I never really just addressed anything.
Right.
And so I brought the man back to my chair, and I was talking to him. I put his cape on and everything, and he was telling me that he saw me or whatever. And he was like, how much you gonna charge me today? And I told him, I said, what do you want to get? He said, I want to get a haircut and a beard trim. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be $50, right? Shop full of people. And he said, shit, I said, well, you welcome to get anybody else here in the shop to cut you. I'm not going to be mad. So I started to take his cape and stuff off. And so he asked the girl that was working across from me. And he asked her kind of like, he was like, can you cut my hair while he was still in my chair? And she said, yeah. He said, how much would you charge me? She said, 40. He got up out of my chair. I was like, okay, cool. So I just laughed. I let him win. So I walked out, and I know I could hear them talking. And I ain't gonna lie, I did record them, because they were talking a whole lot of shit, And so they were talking about me. Oh, she could have just did it for this price or that price. She always want to be this, that, and the third. So they was feeling like I missed a client, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have a booking site. You know what I mean? That my clients are constantly booking. I'm making money whether you see someone walking here or not.
Right.
And so when I came back in, after listening to all the stuff that they were saying about me, because I felt the energy,
Yeah.
And I went back and I told them, I said, you thinking that I missed out on $40? I said, I just had someone to book me, and I made, at that time, because they have to pay a certain percentage on, I said, I just made $60-something, and I hadn't did anything. So did I lose by letting him get up out of my chair? Oh, it started a whole ruckus, but I was just trying to let them know I'm securing who I am, you know, and I'm not going to be mad because of someone gets in my chair and decide that they don't want me to service them. It's okay. And he went to her and he got his $40 haircut.
I love it. I agree with you. I've experienced that myself where, you just got to stand your ground and understand, like, your worth. What in the beginning, where you got to stand. If you know your growth or your haircuts are not where they need to be, you're still learning and you're still growing, you can't be charging these outrageous prices. And I'm starting to see that a lot within the industry, like people coming out of school, like, well, everybody's charging $80 to $100. I might as well too. But is your service and your cuts living up to that $80 to that $100 cut? And once I got to that point and I started growing and I started seeing myself get to that point, then I'll be like, okay, somebody come in and be like, oh, what you charging? I'll be like, well, I'll charge 60, charge 65, depending on what they want. And then they go, well, I don't want that. You charging too much. And then you hear somebody be like, Gary, you ain't gonna charge lower. You're not gonna get it for 30. You're not gonna do it for 40. I'm like, why? Why would I need to downgrade myself? If he wants to go and get a $40 or a $25 cut, there's somebody out there that's gonna give it to him. I know what I charge and I know what I'm gonna get because somebody's gonna walk in here and get that price point and get the service that they want and gonna walk out of here with a smile on their face and gonna keep coming back.
I just thought about it because he got his $40 haircut by someone who don't even have a license. So I was glad, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but with that incident, the shop owner did not tell them who I was. Okay? So they felt like I was equal to someone who don't have a license or who is an apprentice in the shop. How's that? You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? Instead of him telling, who I am, I'm an advanced hairstylist. Because when I'm having to pull out my clippers and my shears and my thinning shears and my foil razor, all of my tools, the price is the price. I mean, I'm not out here charging outrageous prices because I'm just doing that. I'm charging my worth. I've been in class, you know what I'm saying? I've stepped my game up by attending these classes. Like, hey, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not into cutting $25 haircuts.
Right.
If you think so, then I don't need to be here. You're
Correct.
gonna put me in that advanced place where I need to be, or else I'm not gonna be a part of it.
No, I agree, 100%. Um, you ever, I had spoke to someone that says eventually, they want to open up a shop. Eventually, they want to open up a school. Is that anything in your journey and later on in the future? Do you want to open up your own establishment, or do you want to open up a school? Is that something you feel like you want to put a stamp in within this industry?
Yes, I can see myself doing the school, as well as, I mean, I am in preparation to open up another storefront location of my own as well,
Okay.
and a school. That's one reason why, if you look at my menu or look at my Instagram, you see me doing a lot of things. You know, I want to be able to teach my staff or teach my students if they need this. Because I mean, barbering for me is just an extra stream of income. I'm a master hairstylist, but because I mastered it, you know, and there, I don't know everything, but if I have someone in my establishment that's working, I'm going to make sure that I can show them how they can win. Like most shop owners, they don't have a passion to help their staff win.
Yeah.
You just get on in here and you just pay this booth rent, and that's all we need from you. Just pay that money every Saturday.
Yeah.
That's just not going to be my case.
And that's the reason I asked that because I know I have experienced that myself, where you just walk into an establishment and it just it's kind of just run by just the individuals that's there. So whatever personality that's among the establishment, that's what you're gonna get. So you might have someone like you said that wants to grow, wants to take it to the next level, come with that professionalism, wants to have a certain type of clientele to show that okay, what I'm delivering, what I'm bringing off, this is what I want, what my clientele. Then you just have the other environment where it's just kind of like all over the place, but then you don't have the top anchor that's coming in and saying, "Hey guys, this is what we need to do. This is how we gonna establish a difference within our shop too amongst that's already out there." And I worked in two shops now. One was like straight out of school, but it was like I was sharing a space with someone. So when there wasn't there, then I would come in and then I would use that space. But it wasn't like my own. So I relocated to another shop, which was someone I grew up with that was cutting my hair when I was a kid. And I learned a lot. But then it was time for me to, take that next step. So now I'm in a shop where it is kind of like that, where you just have a mixture of like different personalities and certain times when a certain crowd or a woman or a child comes in, you got to learn how to shift the music. You got to learn how to shift the conversation and how to be professional when the time matters. And I'm in that realm now where I want to know like, should I go and give me a suite?
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I love the environment of the barbershop, like being a kid and growing up in the barbershop and seeing what it was at that time when you was growing up. Like you got so much information about just life in general. You heard about politics, you heard about investments. You have the older guys that came in and that spoke about, what the younger guys need to do, how to, live in this world that we live in where it can, shift us in certain ways, and how do we keep that focus. Those are the things that I kind of grew up in when I was in the barbershop, but I know it's different now. And then I'm like, dang, where did that go? And now I'm like, man, should I be like what I'm seeing now on social media? Should I be that salon, that one spot?
Well, I tell you, working in the barbershop, the last barbershop that I worked in, you had one person. You got eight or 10 chairs, but you got one person that's doing all the talking for everybody and their clients. You can't even get a word in with your client because that person just talking. And who wants to talk about BS? You know what I'm saying? Let's make it make sense while we have clients in the chair.
Yeah.
Now, I love the open floor concept because we can all learn from each other. I really don't like suites. I'm a very out front person, so I really don't like. I mean, I like to be out front. That's just who I am. Suites. The last suite I had, I felt like I was in that compartment, that box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like the walls were caving in on me, so I couldn't really just function, right.
Correct.
But it makes a difference.
Yeah. What is it that you enjoy, or or not say enjoy, but something that you starting to notice that it's like, oh, I'm glad that we have these platforms now that gives me the opportunity to either connect or share my journey, my wealth, my what I'm developing, what I'm pushing out in the world. Like, are you using a lot of the social media platforms like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and stuff like that? And how has it helped you, and per se, is like, creating a better platform with your business?
Yes, I built both of my Instagram and my Facebook. I used to have a show that come on Facebook. It was Authentic Talks with Cherie. I did it Monday through
Oh,
Friday. Well, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
okay.
And that helped build my platform on Facebook,
Okay.
right? And along with me doing these speaking engagements and seminars and stuff like that, because I used to host as well.
Okay.
And my Instagram, I actually went viral one time on my Instagram, and I think I probably was at maybe 3,000 people at the
Okay.
time. And I got a lot of work to do, but I have grew my social
Yeah.
media. I monetized on both of Instagram and Facebook. I do have a YouTube, but I really hadn't been using it for the beauty industry, which we are working to get that up and running again. But I think the Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok is really helping my business because that's one of the first things that I ask my clients is, how did you hear
Yeah.
about me? hmm And most of them say Instagram. Oh, I've been watching you for a long time. Your Instagram looks good. I'm looking like I ain't really doing nothing but just taking photos, putting them on there with, I don't have no cameraman, you know what I'm saying? But like I really get people every week I'm servicing someone new. And they say, I've been watching you or I found you, on Facebook or whatnot. But it's
Yeah.
working.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask you this next question, and then I got a follow-up question after that. Being at this point and everything that you have established for yourself, created longevity, if, if you had that moment to talk to that 12-year-old, 15-year-old young girl, and anything that you would share with her to tell her what her future would look like at this point, would you go and tell her, or would you just let her just figure it out and let the young girl be the woman that you are today?
Nope, I would tell her. I would definitely tell her, I would definitely tell her the number one thing is believe in
Yeah.
yourself and don't take down on that you believe in yourself.
Yeah. Okay, I love that. And then my follow-up question, I always ask my guests this, and if you need me to elaborate, I definitely will. Law of attraction. How do you use that within your everyday life, your business, as far as anything? How do you focus on your law of attraction?
I believe I believe that you attract, like-minded people. But I think it's kind of somewhat different aspects to it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I would like to personally attract more because I feel like I've developed more in the last year than I was and than where I was the year before. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm connecting with new people, but I would like to connect with more people who are literally whole and healed. Not saying because you can only do so much and pour into people, and sometimes you need someone to pour back into you. You need to be replenished.
Uh,
And I just feel like that's where I'm at now. It's almost
all
like getting a whole new list of friends. You know what I'm saying? Like meeting some new people like, I never heard of
yeah,
before.
yeah.
You know.
It's funny. Greg used to always have a song talking about no new friends, but sometimes new people in your life can shift a better thinking, a better growth, and take you different places that your old crew don't really, because you always levering up each time, and then at certain particular years in your life, you start noticing like the things that you want ain't the same thing that the people that you was hanging with want.
Mhm.
So then you start shifting to a newer crowd that's around that level, and then you go, okay, now I'm surpassing that level, and I'm going up again. Where's these next people at? So I get what you're saying. And I
Yeah.
feel the same.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
say thank you. You was amazing. You came, you delivered, you shut it down. This is not a one time thing. Yeah, she's the goat.
Right. 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 You got me ready now. You done broke the ice.
Not a one time thing. So if you ever want to come like on my channel and we can just talk it up, chop it up about what you got going on. If you got some events that you prepping for, or you want to let people know what you doing in the next stages of your career. Like I want to make sure that you know that this is a place that you can come to and definitely do that. So this was awesome. I can't wait to I meet every person that I had on my channel. I gotta meet them face to face. I'm in Los Angeles, California, but it's been an honor to to see people reach out and say, hey, let me be on your channel, or I'll reach out to them and say, hey, would you like to come on my channel and speak? And we have done so in a major way. And I just want to say I'm very honored that I was able to speak with you today, and I'm looking forward to more and more conversations with you.
Likewise.
All right, so I know you got to get back to the shop, do your thing, but I just want to say thank you again, and I'm looking forward to whatever you got going on so I can share it.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
It was a pleasure.
See you next time.
Have a great one.